the Titan quest. So we have here one of my favorite content creators, which is Rex. He's a ex-Diablo 3 content creator, also does Diablo 4, he now does like everything. And he actually played the Titan Quest 2, and this is his honest review. I'm curious to know.
Hi everyone, it's Rax. Titan Quest 2's early access released today, which is the sequel to the famous ARPG from multiple decades ago, Titan Quest 1. Yep. So I downloaded it, installed it. I beat all the content in early access. I'm going to make...
This is early access. They dropped it like 2 days ago. It is brand new.
A quick video telling you my opinion on it, the good and the bad, and finally give a summary about might help you decide whether you want to buy it or not. Quick disclaimer, I was not sponsored to stream it.
Good.
I am not sponsored to make this video, so
good.
This will be a truthful, unbiased review. But even if they had sponsored me, it would have been the same deal anyway. But yeah, that matters to some people. So
I feel like some creators, they say that oh, if you're sponsored, like you're gonna be completely honest and all these things. And sometimes there are brands that they say that you can actually not say anything bad about it. I feel like those are like literally the worst sponsorships that you can have, because like it just makes it like very dishonest. So I always appreciate Rex for this.
Not sponsored. Let's start with the good. The most important thing you can get for any video game, Titan Quest 2 got right for me. The game was fun.
Nice.
I genuinely enjoyed my time right from the beginning up until the point where I beat it, where if the full game was out, I would have continued playing. I really enjoyed zipping around, using all the different skills, building up my character, navigating through the world.
I like how in the beginning of the game, so he's level 2 right now, and he's like quite like slow paced. I really like this. It makes you like more interesting on the game.
It just worked. Some people have complained that they don't like the slower pacing. It's definitely slower.
Yeah.
More like a game like PoE 2 is right now.
I personally loved PoE 2 because it was slow. Some people hate it because they come from PoE 1, and I completely understand.
Then it is like, let's say, a PoE 1 or a Torchlight, where you're moving at the speed of light. But the slow pacing didn't bother me at all. I thought everything worked. As you can see, like you open a treasure chest there, you get like one item. But I love that. That helps you. It makes me want to engage with the loot a lot more when I have one item to look at rather than, 5,000 items dropping everywhere. True. And there are loot explosions, by the way. They do reward you for like the epic battles. This build is
so OP.
Which is another thing that I really liked. I thought the bosses were pretty cool. Didn't see a whole lot of them because, as we'll get to later, the early access doesn't have a whole lot of content. But the bosses that I did fight, I thought were very interesting. And finally, after beating them, getting the loot explosions was very satisfying.
I think this is not on mobile yet. I think it's only desktop for now.
Titan Quest did very well, that I can see them doing very well in this game as well, is the class fantasy. I'm playing an ice mage, as you can see. I'm throwing the ice shards everywhere. They're freezing enemies. I could easily spec into thunder, and there's like this dual class system, which is another great thing about the game, where the theory crafting is definitely there. You can mix and match a lot of different ideas, especially as they expand out the game. They've got, stat points. They've got your the skill tree, and they have like divinity points, and they have, I think they're called attribute points. So a bunch of different systems that you can mix and match also with the dual classes to theory craft a lot of different things, which should give it a lot of replayability in the future. If ARPGs are fun for you for making a lot of different builds, this could be a great game for you.
Good news.
Another thing that I thought,
but the problem like with RPGs is there's always like this insane diversity of builds that you can make, but at the end, when it comes like after a few months, people are only playing like the meta build or like the 3 meta builds, because like, there's always going to be something that is going to be better than everything else.
That's very
I want to see the boss fights.
That
indeed
felt good for me in my early access playthrough was the upgrades that I would get. Whether it was advancing through the skill tree or getting better items, felt meaningful. So, as an example, early on, I put a few points into mana regeneration.
I will say, like, in terms of graphics and the environment, and it's okay. It's nothing like mind blowing. It doesn't give me like a unique vibe yet.
because as I saw the mana costs of my spells going up, I figured I would need to spend some in there so I wouldn't run out of mana. Well, it's true, I never ran out of mana, but then I was like, well, do I really need these points or not? So then I spec'd into more damage, and not only did my damage go way up, I was able to tailor it exactly in a way where I would never run out of mana and just maximize my damage.
In the old game, like that, it took you 1 week to farm one item. Oh, wow.
Felt very, very good.
That's what I'm looking for.
So the options are there. The theory crafting is there. I can see that being a huge selling point for the game in the future. Another thing that I really thought they did a good job of from what we saw is a lot of the different zones genuinely felt different. Whether it's the different biomes or going through this dungeon, it's got different elevations. You're climbing cliffs. You're going on different cliffs like underneath waterfalls. There's grassy areas, swampy areas. I'm sure there's much more coming. The whole landscape of the world felt...
I don't know if I really like this small jump, but it's fine.
Very good. And then one thing that I think will be good for...
Oh, this is the boss, guys.
Maybe anybody who isn't like a super crazy try-hard in ARPGs is... It gave me a very strong, like, classic ARPG experience.
Okay.
If you've ever played an ARPG before, the systems will feel natural to you. I didn't encounter any like crazy mechanics that didn't make a whole lot of sense, that felt like I needed a PhD in order to play it. So if you're looking for something a little bit more relaxed to make a cool build, class fantasy, and just go through, Titan Quest 2 seems like it's going to be a great choice.
I mean, these probably is early on the boss, but the boss feels like the mechanics, like it feels like a very boring boss, to be honest, man.
Now let's move on to the bad stuff. And I'm going to start with the most obvious thing here. And remember, this is an early access.
All right.
By far, the biggest problem with Titan Quest 2 is the amount of content. So just to give you an example, I only did one playthrough. And apparently everyone was telling me the build I made was super OP. Okay, fine. So maybe it would have been a little bit different if I had made a weaker build. But I played for 4.4 hours, got to the end of the early access, and did a ton of side quests. I didn't do all of them, but I did a lot of them. So 4.4 hours of content. You're paying $24 for early access. Whew. So no, you're not paying $24 just for one act of content.
Yeah.
You're going to be a part of the development process, and I assume we get the full game, of course, for this price when it actually comes out. What will be the end game price? I don't know. $40, $50, I have no idea what it's going to be, but you get it for a cheaper price. But if you're expecting to pay $24 for like a full game's experience, this is a million times closer, if not completely, a demo of the game rather than an actual full game to play.
Okay. So we had the early access from PoE 2, and that game, I mean, it came like with a few acts, it came with a few classes, but I feel like the game gave you like enough replayability for you to play multiple classes, and it was like it was not the full-fledged game, but it was like close to it when it comes like you could like play 100 hours, but now it's just like 4 or 5 hours. This probably actually can be a really good game, to be honest, for me to try, because I just do one playthrough. I can do a video about it, and I think it's nice, like, because like one thing that it is very sometimes challenging for me when it comes like to try to create a bit of diversity when it comes on the stream is because like I will, for example, I was gonna try to play Diablo 2. Diablo 2 is a game that probably you can literally drain hundreds of hours, if not thousands of hours, just so you are understanding the game at a very high level, right? For me, I'm just gonna try Diablo 2 in a more casual way, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'll still play like Diablo Immortal as a more hardcore, but I would like to go into these other ARPGs and start to playing them in a bit more like casual way, so so I don't lose a bit the focus of what other games are also
kind
doing.
of person that's kind of uneasy about it, and you want to wait, and you're waiting and you're willing to pay the higher price to see if the game actually launches in a good state, I just want you to know that that's what you're in for. As far as I could tell, I did some research. I didn't see any roadmap for Titan Quest 2. They give you a notice at the end where they say like new content will be trickling in.
But they didn't say when.
I don't know when or exactly what is coming. I've heard whispers that they are planning on doing some kind of an end game after they're done with the expansion.
Oh, so that is not even end game.
What that end game is. That might be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. So I'm telling you what I know right now.
So basically, you're paying for the campaign.
That's what I know so far. Another thing about the game, I mean, you can see it for yourself here and make your own judgment, but I'm going to give you my opinion, is I think the graphics are mid. And I want to be
like go listen, scroll back like 5 minutes and that's exactly what I said.
Very, very specific on what I'm talking about here. What I'm not talking about is the art style or the art direction. I think the UI, I think the monsters, I think the text, I think the worlds, they all look cool, and it's like very similar to Titan Quest 1, just kind of revamped. I love that. I'm good with all of that. I'm talking about the actual quality of the graphics.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I had to sit there and mess with a bunch of different settings to try to get it like playable.
It literally feels like a game that could have come up like 15 years ago, and you will not even like say that it was not like that.
And everyone was spamming in my chat that they were having very, very similar issues. Again, it's early access. They could definitely improve these things, but this is definitely something that I'm hoping that we're gonna hear from them, that they're gonna update the graphics, clean up the graphics.
I mean, you can just look at the like here on top corner, like, the girl is
when I was swinging my sword or shooting my bow in the beginning, it was like all blurry on my screen. And I zoomed in and I showed people like, look how blurry this is. Do you see this? We were just sitting there tinkering with all the different settings, trying to make it as good as we could. The graphics need to improve, in my opinion.
Is it a game that excites you, Chad, to try? I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it is just okay. I didn't see nothing that really was like, okay, I gotta play this, right? Graphics seems they are mid. The gameplay seems very basic. Maybe like you were saying, maybe it's playing like a very like OP build, and the boss fight was very mid.
I don't know how else to say it. One counterpoint.
It's just fine. I feel like it's fine for the play. Like if you're gonna play for like 4 or 5 hours, I think it's fine.
Remember how I told you the game is simple?
You'll play because of Titan Quest 1. I see.
It's simple. It's a classic ARPG experience. Sometimes you just want to chill and play
something else.
Good old fashioned ARPG and have some fun.
All right.
I did not see anything in this game that was in any way genre advancing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was talking to Mods about this, and I agree with his take, where he was saying a lot of times when people try anything genre advancing, it usually doesn't go well. So maybe this isn't so much of a negative, but I do want to mention it. If you're looking for something like, if you're looking for a new and a fresh take on ARPGs, it's not Titan Quest 2. The skill tree, the passives,
so they did everything like
points,
super safe.
The attribute points being required to put on your gear, the gear color progression, walk forward, kill the trash, kill the boss, go to the next spot.
Yeah,
it's the good old fashioned formula that we all know.
Like it's what I like those things. I mean, like there's nothing wrong with the basic formula.
Love. So
looks like D4 Alpha. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, it looks a bit outdated. That I can say. When I look at the screen, like if you told me that it's from 2010, I will say, okay, that looks nice for 2010.
If you're looking for a new experience, Titan Quest 2 does not appear to be it unless they're going to release something later in the future. So I put that in the negative column if that's something that you care about. Again, overall, I had a lot of fun playing it, even though there wasn't much to play. 4.4 hours dead, or I was done standing there. I think I was max level. I think the max level is 20.
Okay.
20, just standing there. Okay, I could do the whole thing again on another build, but I think I'll let them cook.
Yeah.
Should you buy the game? Well, you should definitely buy the game if you like Titan Quest 1 and you're for sure going to buy
Okay,
Titan
Fade,
Quest 2 when it's
prepare your
out
credit card.
because it's just cheaper now. Like, even if you don't even want to play it, I think it's going to be a cheaper cost now. So you should definitely do
Yeah, but it feels like the full-fledged game will come like in 2028 or something like that, right?
that. If you want to add a classic ARPG to your Steam library, with good old-fashioned formula, you should buy it then. If you want to be a part of the development process and give them feedback and test all the steps until the launch and be a step ahead of the other people,
I will skip that part.
You should do that. You should not buy this game if you're expecting to pay $24 today and have it like a full video game experience. If you've got an afternoon ahead of you, you can beat most of it, if not all of it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like, for me, to be honest, just seems like a game that you probably could buy and we can have like a good afternoon. Like you said, we do the full playthrough and we have some fun. If you guys still didn't follow or subscribe to Rex, go there. Like, I love it. I mean, I've been watching Rex for such a long time. I got like really curious about this game. Even though still not sure if I'm gonna actually go and try it out. Well, we'll see.